You're listening to the Business Blueprint on Good Morning Gwinnett, where host Audrey Bell-Kearney shares practical business ideas for aspiring entrepreneurs. Streaming Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m., this show is all about helping people start businesses for $500 or less. Audrey breaks down simple, affordable ways to turn ideas into income, because success starts with smart, strategic moves. Get ready to take action and build something great.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 41 degrees going up to a high of 62. I've been out early this morning. I left out the house at 6:34 this morning. And here's why. Y'all know I talk about starting businesses all the time because this is what I love. But I had an epiphany over the weekend. I had a birthday last week. So I had a birthday last week. I celebrated. And was it last week? Or did it? No, week before last. Week before last, I celebrated my birthday. And I just been thinking about just my life and like things I want to do and like things that I love to do and just things that I haven't done and just having like this big moment of reflection, right? So um y'all know I love doing podcasting and media and blogging. I love all that stuff. I do it every day, all day. And Good Morning Gwinnett is my baby. I've been doing it now almost 7 years. December be 7 years. I love it. But I was like, I want to do something else in the space. But I want to do something on the personal development side. I don't think I've ever done anything on personal development, right? And what got me thinking was I was thinking about finance. For those of you who don't know, and you probably don't know because I never talk about it, I've had my license, my financial advisor license since 1999. And I started out in insurance, and now, I'm a certified fixed index annuity advisor, but I don't talk about it. Nobody knows about it because I don't talk about it. And I literally got licensed in I think it was June 1999. And I haven't really done a lot with my license. Because I really didn't know what I wanted to do with the license. When I got the license, I wanted to, and I wish to God I had been with a group of people who had said, "Okay, Audrey, go ahead and get your securities license, right?" And because that was the reason I got my financial advisor license with the state of New Jersey. I'm licensed in the state of Georgia, but I originally was licensed in the state of New Jersey, so I have a dual license. As a matter of fact, I think I got to check my dual license and make sure it's still active in Jersey. But anyway, as a matter of fact, I was licensed in 3 states. I was licensed in Jersey, New York, not New York, Jersey, North Carolina, and Georgia. I got to check both of those and make sure that they are still active. But anyway, I've been licensed in Georgia since 2018, and I have not really done anything with that license. But I have a business partner, and that's all she does. She talks about finances. All now, that's not all she does. She does other things too, but her prime focus is her financial advisory business, and she does really well. She talks a lot about stocks and bonds and how to get yourself set up with portfolios and all that good stuff. So she's my financial advisor as far as setting up portfolios. But I'm an annuity certified annuity advisor. So I can do that. So, she and I had a conversation about, me doing fixed index annuities and fixed annuities. And that's all I focus on. I don't focus on variables and ILVAs, none of those, just fixed index. That's my specialty. So I haven't really been doing it. And we talked about me doing that. And I so for me, it's always okay, Audrey, if you're gonna do this, how you gonna do it? And it always comes back to media. And I'm gonna get to my topic today, but I just wanted to give y'all some reference to the tool I'm gonna talk about. So it always comes back to doing this thing right here, talking to you guys about building businesses and how to leverage all these great tools that I talk about all the time. So anyway, I had an epiphany about something I wanted to start, and I wanted it to be a lifestyle business, right? Because I've never really did a lifestyle business. I talk about business all the time, but I've never done anything where I talk about me. Not for real. I started out doing a blog long time ago. God, I can't remember the name of the blog. This is when blogging first came out. I started out doing a blog long time ago. It was like a personal development blog, but I don't think I did, but because it was new. Nobody really knew what it was. Like, what is this blogging thing? But anyway, I did it probably for like a month, and then I kind of just faded away. But now I want to do a show based around personal development. At my age, I find that there are a lot of women in my age range who are looking for either more financing, a better life, they're looking for security. This is what they're looking for at this time in their lives. And so when I say at this time in their lives, women who are like 50, not just women, but people who are like 50 and above, I'm around a lot of women who are like 50 plus, right? And I started to think about that, and I'm laying in the bed on Sunday, which is for some reason my clarity day. It has always been my clarity day. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm not thinking about business so much, and things come through. Anyway, I thought about this business idea, and I was supposed to be chilling out yesterday and just kind of relaxing, and that didn't happen because once I got the idea, the whole plan. So what happens to me, guys? When I get an idea for something, the entire blueprint for me rolls out in my head, like everything that I'm like the whole strategic plan plays out in my head like immediate. Like once I get the clarity of like, okay, this is the thing, and then I get the name, then I go and get a picture, and once I do that, the whole plan just rolls out. So now I had to get out the bed and put the plan on paper or on my computer because I had to get it out my head. So I had this idea about this new plan, and it was called it's called flourish smart, right? Because I feel like I'm flourishing right now in my mid years. I'm calling my mid years. In my mid years, I feel like I'm flourishing, and I want to flourish, and I want other people to flourish in their mid years. And so I call it flourish smart. So it's retire smart, earn smart, live smart. That's my tag, and because that's where I am in my life. So anyway, I started out working on the retire smart part. Why? Because if I decided to retire, I think I got 9 years left. Yeah, I'm dating myself. You figure it out. You guys figure it out. I think I got like 9 years left or something before I could be of a retirement age. So the first thing I thought about was, okay, I want to build a financial tool. This is me. This leading into the segment. I want to build a financial tool with AI that kind of help people figure out how to do annuities, and then once they help them understand what annuities are, fixed annuities and fixed index annuities. Once they figure out what they are, then they can come to me so I can set it up. Because even though you figure it out, it's not something you can do yourself, right? You have to go to a financial advisor. So when they figure that part out, then they can come to me for help. All right. So how did I create this financial tool? So that's the topic of today. How to create a personal financial tool with AI. And so this is my second financial tool that I've created because my first one, if you guys don't remember, is called Debt Crusher Pro. And if you go to debtcrusherpro.com, you'll find it. It's a tool to help you manage your money. It helps you get out of debt. It has a calculator there so you know what you're spending. I just felt like this was a tool that was needed. So with this tool though, I'm talking specifically to people who are 50 years and older. So my new site, new podcast, my new YouTube, all this stuff, it's gonna be called Flourish Smart, and it talks about how to flourish when you get to your mid years, 50 plus, right? Your mid years. But anyway, I decided I wanted to create this tool. It's called the FIA Navigator, which stands for Fixed Index Annuity Navigator, because a lot of people don't even know what an annuity is, a fixed index annuity. I specialize in fixed annuities and fixed index annuities, and I work companies who provide those tools. So I wanted people to get to understand what they are. Like, what is a fixed annuity versus a fixed index annuity? When you go to flourishsmart.com, not yet, it's not up. But when I get started, you can go there and learn all about that whole thing, because that's what I'm going to be talking about over there, along with lifestyle and business, just this whole holistic, authentic me kind of thing. So I wanted to talk to you today about building your own personal financial tool that you could actually sell. Now, when I created Debt Crusher Pro, I created it because I know there are a lot of people who want to get out of debt, right? And because the tools are available, I'm like, man, I might as well go ahead and create something that people can go in there and use. Now I can tell you, when you do that financial assessment, it is long. I'm telling you it's long because I created it, and then I went back to taking myself, and I was like, oh my God, like what did I do? And I didn't do it to make it long. I did it so you can actually understand like where you sit financially. So that was the financial tool that I created just for the general population. That tool is called debtcrusher.pro, debtcrusher.pro, debtcrusher.pro. So that's HTTPS colon / debtcrusher.pro. If you go to the website later, there's an article there, and it'll be a link there, so you can go click directly to Good Morning Gwinnett. Click on the link on this article, on this episode for today, or this article for today. And it's called a blueprint for building the personal AI personal finance tool. I'm gonna have a link to debtcrusher.pro there. I'm gonna have a link to the Fiat Navigator there. You can go take a look at them. So Fiat Navigator is FIAnavigator.com, FIAnavigator.com. But I have them hyperlinked inside of the article. So just go to the article. Now, if you think about this, there are so many tools that you can create. Now, a lot of people create calculators, and they create calculators for free. And here's why they decide to create calculators. They create calculators because calculators bring people, that song, my milkshake bring all the boys to the yards, and yeah, that song. Well, my calculator brings all the boys to the yard because they're looking for they're looking for tools, right? So your calculator can bring all the boys to the yard if you create one. Now, there are great tools out there. You don't have to figure out how to create them. You can go and create a calculator. But I want to talk specifically about the tools that I've created, the two financial tools that I've created. Okay, Debt Crusher Pro. I created Debt Crusher Pro in such a way that I wanted people to first understand where they sat financially, right? So I made sure that there was a financial assessment in the tool that had to be in the tool, because if not, how are you going to figure out where you got to go? So I set it up that way so they can first take the financial assessment. Then once they take the financial assessment, they can figure out how to get out of debt. A lot of times people can't get out of debt because they don't have enough money. So I made sure that I said, okay, if you don't have enough money, let's put in some side hustle, a side hustle tool inside the tool, right? Now this is where you can go in there and figure out how to, make some extra money and things like that. So now you got your goals that you set, you got the Debt Crusher financial advisor, you got the financial assessment, you got Side Hustle Academy in there. Now once you make the money, and this is how I built Debt Crusher Pro, which I thought this was just a really great tool. Not because I built it, but because it's a really great tool. Once you make the money, now there's an investing academy in there. So you can go in there and learn what investings are, like what are stocks, what are mutual funds, IRAs and college funds, all those kind of things. That academy is inside the tool. Now you've got debt free. You got to start at a side hustle so you're making extra money. You put some money in investments. Now, how do you protect your assets? I put an asset management academy in there. Why? Because you done got out of debt, right? You done started making some extra money. You started investing some money. Now you got some assets. You got to know how to protect those assets. So I put an asset management tool inside my tool. And if you need to talk to me or one of my partners, it says talk to an advisor at the end. That is a great tool, y'all. And it is a financial tool. Now, let me tell you how I did it. I did it with PickAxe. That's how I did it. Y'all hear me talk about PickAxe all the time on here. I talk about PickAxe all the time is because it is a great tool to get it done, right? Now, how do you identify a market need? Do you know anybody who don't have some kind of debt? I'm just saying, somebody. Even the richest people got debt. They may not be worried about how to pay for the debt, but I guarantee they have some debt. They owe somebody something. That's called a debt. All right. Um, People who are trying to just learn about money, financial literacy. My FIA tool, my FIA tool, that is to teach people about FIAs, financial fixed index annuities and fixed annuities, so that when they go to a financial advisor, it may not be me, it may be somebody else, but when they go to that advisor, they are knowledgeable about what the people are saying to them. Let me tell y'all a quick story, and I'm going to be quick. When I first started my first company, it was called Big Beautiful Dolls. So Georgette, my friend and I, she's my business partner, one of my best friends, like my big sister. We started this company called Big Beautiful Dolls. We invented her. So it was the idea that I had about a doll that was plus size, but there were no plus size dolls on the market at the time. Now there are. We were the first. We were the first one to invent the plus size fashion doll. And we were looking for money to get this idea out of my head and make it a physical product. We went to an investment meeting. So we had been on TV on Fox TV in Dallas. So we flew from Newark to Dallas for the weekend to be on a show called Insight that was on Fox TV, right? So we went to the Fox station, news station. We were on the show. The lady interviewed us. Her name was Rochelle. Shout out to Rochelle. She interviewed us about the dolls. We flew out of Dallas, back into Newark Airport, right? Flew out of Dallas back to Newark, got in the car, and drove to Long Island, New York to meet with this guy to tell us about how to get this money. We thought he was going to give us some money. But what he gave us was an education about the money and how to raise money and what to look for. Okay. We sat with him for about 3 or 4 hours at a diner in Long Island, New York. And he was very generous. All we had to do was buy him a hamburger. He said, all I want is a hamburger. And he was very generous with telling us what to do. Now, I look back now and I think about, man, we had some balls back then. Now it's like you know more and you're more afraid than ever. Back then we were fearless. Anyway, I digress. Went to New York, went to Long Island, sat with him in this diner for like 3 or 4 hours. He talked to us about how to raise money for this business, right? Because we were educated, the next meeting we had was at a restaurant in Orange, New Jersey, with another investor who was a part of some fund out of New York, but he happened to live in like South Orange, New Jersey. South Orange, New Jersey is very nice. It's affluent, just like Maplewood, which is where I lived before I moved to Georgia. Affluent neighborhoods. You'll find a lot of the like SUV actors live in South Orange and Maplewood and West Orange and Montclair. The soap opera stars, they all live there. You got publishing people that live there from the publishing industry. Right. I lived in that space. And we met this guy at an Italian restaurant in Orange, New Jersey. Because we had met with the guy in Long Island first, by the time we got to Orange, the guy that sat before us, he was like, I'll give you $50,000, but I want 50% of the company. This is what he said to us. Because we had had that first meeting, we knew that that was a bad deal. Not only did he want 50%, he wanted management rights, which means he wanted to be our boss in our company. We kindly walked away from that very much $50,000 that we needed. We needed that $50,000 like we needed oxygen, but it was like a no. And because we had had the first meeting with the first investor, mentor, we knew by the time we got to this one that was a bad deal. What we did not know was how to make a counter offer. We did not know that, because had we known that, we was like, nah, we'll give you 25% for 50, and you ain't got no management rights. So we didn't know to say that. But I said all that to say, people are looking for information to help them improve their life. People are looking for information to help them improve their financial fitness, their financial literacy. You can create a tool for that. You can create a database just on one thing. Listen, the FIA Navigator, FIA Navigator, is just for fixed index annuities. That's what it's for. Will they find out about other annuities in there? Yes. But for the most part, it's talking to them about fixed index annuities and fixed annuities. It is a tool that I created with PickAxe. That's what it does. You have to find your tool. Now, you can create a tool for entrepreneurs who are looking for financial planning, right? They need the budget. They need profit and loss statements. You may be able to create a profit and loss statement generator. They go in there, they punch in some numbers, it generates a profit and loss statement for them. Do they have something like that? Probably so, but here's what you do, and you can make it a standalone product. Like right now, if I didn't want to promote anything but Debt Crusher Pro or the Field Navigator, I could. They're standalone products, both of them. I don't have to promote them inside of anything. But because I talk about money every day or every other day, it makes sense for me to promote them inside of what I'm talking about. If you know that you work with a lot of entrepreneurs and helping them getting their business started, they're gonna need a profit and loss statements. They're gonna need those statements, right? Especially if they're seeking some type of funding. They're going to need those. And 9 times out of 10, if they don't have money to pay like a bookkeeper or an accountant or anything like that, they're not going to have those, because they're not going to even have their financial house in order. How do I know? Because I used to be that person. And I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs every day. Why? Because I'm the president of a chamber. So you may want to create a tool for entrepreneurs to help them with financial planning, right? You may want to create a tool for investors who are looking for market insights. Now, if you know your stuff in this space, I don't know my stuff in this space, to talk about market insights, right? However, that doesn't mean I can't create a tool to do so, because AI is doing great things. Now, will I create an AI driven market insights tool later? Maybe. Right now, I'm focused on Debt Crusher Pro, and I'm focused on the FIA Navigator. Why? Because those spaces I know, right? But these are the type of tools that you can create. Now, both of those tools are on 24/7. And guess what? People can see. If you go to FIA right now, I have embedded my Google Calendar inside of FIA. So once people go through and ask all their questions, they feel comfortable. Now they're ready to move to the next level. There is a Google link inside of FIA. So that way they can click the link and get on my calendar and we can have a conversation in person. Guess what this does for me? This kind of like qualifies people before they get to me. Like before I get on the phone and spend time trying to explain it. Nah, go there. You can learn about it by going to fearnavigator.com. You can learn about how fixed index annuities right there. When you got more questions or you ready to get started, now you get on my calendar. Let's talk. But that is a tool. All right. All right. And I made it free. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to like I might have one tier where there's a paid tier. I have to figure that part out. Haven't figured it out yet. All right. Now, you want to make sure that your tool solves a problem, right? The tool needs to solve a problem for people. People don't want a tool just a tool. They want something that's going to solve their problem. For people who are 50 plus, they're trying to figure out how to retire comfortably. They're trying to figure out how to invest money but not lose money. They're trying to figure out, do I get this money every month or do I get it every year? Do I get it quarterly? Do I get it bi-monthly? How am I getting my money? Because I need to be able to retire with a peace of mind, right? For other people, I'm trying to buy this house. Okay, everybody knows when people are trying to buy a house, they got to get their credit straight. So now you're trying to buy a house. So you go to Debt Crusher Pro, you find out where you are, how upside down you are with your finances. You put a plan in place, start your side hustle, make some extra money. You take that money, you pay off the bills, and you take some other money, you put it into an investment account. Now you got the money for the house. You get to buy the house. Now you put the house, the money, everything inside an asset management tool to protect your assets. I know I said a lot. Go back and listen to the episode again. I know I said a lot. So you want to solve a problem, right? You want to solve a problem. You don't want you want it to you want your chat bot, your smart tool to be friendly. And you can tell it, I need you to be friendly. I need you to be empathetic. I need you to be patient, right? Now, because they got some chat bots that people have designed, they are snotty. They spicy. They got attitudes. Like one person, I remember watching one thing, and I want to say it was a Wendy's chat. It was some chat bot, and the chatbot got smart with the person. And they were like, this chatbot spicy. Let me tell y'all something. We are on the verge of these bots. They're already smarter than we are. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, the chatbot is not smarter than me. I was like, of course it is. It is absolutely smarter than you. Why is it smarter than you? Because it can go and find information instantly and give it right back to you instantly. You can't do that. You got to go spend hours researching something. And you got to learn about it. Not the chatbot. 30 seconds, you got to answer. But anyway, the chatbots are smart, and you can say, "I want you to be nice to my client. I want you to be empathetic. Don't get rid of all the jargon. Make it simple so they can understand." You can tell your chatbot, talk to them as if they're on an eighth grade level, because that's like normally what people stop at when they stop at eighth grade. You want to give it those type of prompts. Now, can you start this business for under $500? You absolutely can. Here's how, because remember, I told y'all I use PickAxe, right? PickAxe cost me $20 a month. I think they've gone up to 29. I got in when it was like 20. It was 15 when I got in, when I started using them. And now they're growing so rapidly. Now they're at $29. I believe they're gonna go up higher, but I'm trying to stay locked in right at my $20. Yeah, I'm cheap. Sometimes I'm cheap. But anyway, you can use tools like PickAxe. You can use like ManyChat. You can use like all. You can use. There's so many tools like BotPress. You can use so many tools to create these different type of tools. You can create a budgeting tool. Like some people don't know how to budget. You can create a digital budgeting tool. Um, and guess what? Here's another good thing you could think about. So if you're thinking about, let's say you want to do an app, right? You could literally create a mobile app without coding, without knowing how to write a line of code. Your mobile app can be a financial tool. You can deploy that app to the app stores. Now you have a financial tool inside of the app store. I think I'm going to teach a little bit more about this. Haven't made up my mind about that yet, because people don't show up and I'd be pissed off because it's free and they don't show up. So I'm thinking, I don't know. But anyway, that becomes your tool that people can download. You can go to the app stores, and I'm sure there are a bunch of financial tools over there, but you need to look at them. Is it something that you can fix together? You may want to say, I want to include a debt reduction planner along with a retirement planning tool. Put them together. Like, make your own tool. I want to do a car expense tool with a budgeting assistant tool. Just create something new. Somebody's gonna find some value in that tool, especially when it pertains to money. You know, you may have a car dealer and they don't even have a tool just for them. You may say, I want to go very industry specific. I want to create a car maintenance plan, a calculator just for car dealerships. And I just made that up, and that do sound good. I just made that up, y'all. Think about that for a second. They probably have a software that helps them manage that. But what if they had like an app right on the phone? What if they had an app that the mechanics who take care of the cars can just go in there and look at stuff and see, okay, we did the maintenance on this one, this, that, and the third, blah blah. Yeah, I know it's on the computer. I know. But what if it was an app? What if it was an app that your clients can put on their phone to make sure that they're notified when it's time for them to come in and get an oil change? Right? And what if there's a calculator that gives you the updated price of, because the last time I got an oil change, right, I think I paid $47. I recently got my oil change, it was $89. I said to my husband, why? And he was trying to explain to me why. I was like, I just paid $89 for an oil. I'm cheap sometimes. Sometimes I'm a little cheap. I just paid $89 for oil change for a Nissan Kicks. He was like, Audrey, that's what they're charging right now. It's nuts. But that could be some kind of tool, a car maintenance financial tool that you can create for people so they can keep up with the maintenance on their cars, how much it costs and all that, especially if they use their car for business. If they use that car for business, it could be an app just for that. Manage my car. I don't know. I'm just making up something, but guess what? I should have been able to just go in there and put that $89 inside it. I should be able to track my gas usage. So when I do my monthly budgeting, I know how much money I spent on gas and how much money I spent at the car wash and how much, because I spent on my car. I got a membership to the car wash. I know. Oh yeah, I got a membership to the car wash. I gotta get gas. Pretty soon I'm probably gonna need some tires. I need to track all that stuff. I need to track my mileage so I can know how much money I need to put into my taxes, because how many all of that. And then I need to link that to my QuickBooks. You can create any kind of financial tool you want. You just got to figure out which one. If you do taxes, right? Create some kind of tax optimization tips tool where you can tell people, like, tax driven guidance for savings and filing assistance. Listen, think outside of the box. Think outside of the box. Now, how much is it going to cost you? It's not going to cost that much money, because if you use a tool like PickAxe, that's $20. I want to say ManyChat is about $20. I think BotPress is about $20. It's not going to cost you a lot of money. You got to set the business up, right? So if it's gonna be a standalone business, you got to pay the state to register the business. But if you already have a business, just find a calculator, just find a tool to complement what you already have. If you are a entrepreneurship coach, you need to create a profit and loss statement calculator, a marketing calculator, something, some kind of tool that can help them people with their finances. I know they need it. I know they need it, right? Um, uh Domain hosting, you're gonna have it on its own domain name. It's gonna cost you about $13 a year. I bought Field Navigator. I think I paid $11.99, $12.17 with tax and GoDaddy. So that's a year. Or you can pay for 2 years or however you want to do it. That's for the domain name. I pay $20 to PickAxe a month. That's it. And it works with all of my businesses, because the Fear Navigator is going to be a part of my new Flourish platform, which is a podcast on a blog and a YouTube channel. So it's just another thing that's inside of that, because I'm talking about fixing income annuities. So it just fits right in with what I'm doing, right? Marketing and branding is probably where you're gonna spend the most of your money. Logo design, I created the logos, like everything I create these days, and Leonardo, I think I pay $12 for that a month, but I love that because I use that every day. So I'm not even nowhere near $500, right? Let's go back. $20 for PickAxe, $12 for your domain name. That's what, $32. If you register it as a business, that's $100. So $132. If you do your logo, if you get Leonardo, if you got Canvas, like $13. So let's say this was $145 right now with 13, 145. If you use PickAxe, you don't need a website because it's going to give you a website. But if you already have a website, you got one. If you don't have one, you may want to do web hosting. So you're talking about another maybe $15 to $30 a month. Let's go on the high end, $30. So what we at now? 172, 172, and then the rest of that, y'all, is for marketing. That's what it's for. So, when you go to the website, it gives you the high end, but it gives you the high end based on things that, you know, you don't have to start out with all this. Like, you don't have to start out with, customer support and maintenance. You don't have to start out with that. You know why? Because PickAxe has a team of great people. Mike and his team over at PickAxe, they're handling all the back end maintenance for you. You ain't got to handle nothing. You go there, you spend some time, you create your pickaxe, you create your studio, you set the pricing for you, attach it to your Stripe account, and you start charging people. Your marketing is where you're going to spend most of your money. The marketing. Now, setting up an LLC, if you need to talk to an attorney about that, okay, do so. Do you need to do that? Maybe. I don't know. I never use an attorney to set up an LLC. Maybe you want to raise a lot of money for yours. So you might want to go in and say, okay, I need to raise a lot of money. So I need to go talk to an attorney. Okay, so budget that in. But for the most part, you can start this business for $500 or less. It just depends on, you can bootstrap it, baby, all the way. $500 or less. If you want more intricacies, go to the website, goodmorninggwinnett.com. You'll see exactly the blueprint right there, create a personal finance tool as a business, right? And then the other thing I love about this is easy to scale. Like, you don't have to go in there and do anything except for maybe upgrade your plan. That's it. So that you have enough tokens. So if you start getting thousands and thousands of people using your tool, you're gonna have to get more tokens. If you know that if your tool is doing that well, you just may need to go over there and get the API from ChatGPT and put it in there. Like my API, if either one of these pop off like I want them to pop off, I'm gonna have to change my plan because it's only a thousand tokens a month. So if I get 1,000 people popping off on one, 1,000, I'm running out of tokens. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and and instead of using PickAxe for my tokens, I'm just going to go and use my API from ChatGPT because I got a paid plan with ChatGPT as well, which is $20 a month. So you can scale, but if you're making money like that, you got money to scale. If you got money, if you have to start paying extra stuff because your business is growing rapidly, now you got money to scale. That's a good thing. That's a good problem to have. That's a good problem. Now let's run through some pros and cons real quick before I end the show. The pros of starting a personal finance tool like an AI tool is, one, no code. You don't need to know how to code at all. PickAxe, Chat Fuel, ManyChat, BotPress, they all take the coding out of it for you and do it for you, which is really nice. Right now, it's high demand for personal finance automation. It is in high demand. All of this automation is in high demand. This is why I talk so much about these tools. One, you can create another stream of income. Like for me, I'm thinking about making Fia, giving it a paid tier, which I probably will with it because right now I got it set for free. But I'm probably going to add a paid tier. Debt Crusher Pro, yeah, all paid. Three tiers, 18, I think 18, 28, 48. I don't know why I picked them numbers. I just did. I think I was going with the whole 8 thing, but it's paid tiers, another stream of income. Can you scale it? Yes, with no overhead. And you can run it from your phone. You don't even need, like, you got a website with PickAxe. It's going to give you like a website. If you want to embed like the PickAxe somewhere else, like if you go to goodmorninggwinnett.com right now and you click on the social security helper, that is called a PickAxe that I did on PickAxe. I just took the code and embedded right into the website. That's a free tool. I want people to be able to go there and find out more about social security. Now, it enhances your own financial literacy. Like I know for me, just being able to go there and start doing all the programming I need to do for my Fia bot, I already know that I'm gonna learn more. I'm gonna learn more because it's gonna bring in questions that people ask from around the world about these type of things. So I know I'm gonna learn more, right? So you get to learn more about the thing that you're doing. Now let's talk about some cons. If you try to create something super complex, which I would say don't do that. I mean, not unless you're like a financial institution, because you want people to come to you. You're the expert. You want them to come back to you. Give them what they need, but when they need more, 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 they need to come back to you. But the chatbot can struggle if it's too complex and it's going to take you longer to complete. Regulatory compliance, you got to be kind of like with me. I have to make sure that Audrey's not saying, now the chatbot can say what it want to say, but I'm not saying the wrong thing. So I got to be very careful about that because I don't want to lose my license, right? Um, don't ask people to put in their personal. You don't need the social security numbers. You don't need that stuff. Just give them a knowledge. So my knowledge base is a knowledge base. It's talking the ABCs of fixed index annuities, the ABCs of fixed annuities. That's what it is. Not It's not giving advice. It's not asking for social security numbers. It's just saying when they go there and say, "What is this? How is this? How can it help me?" This is what it says. And then it says, if you want to learn more or you need more, here's Audrey calendar. Get on the calendar, and it gives the link to the calendar. They can click it and get on my calendar. Now we can talk in person about this whole thing. All right. Now, the personal finance space is a crowded space. But however, you can find your little niche. Find a niche in the space. Yeah, you're gonna have competition. It's gonna be intense. But you can carve out your own little space in this space. For me, it's people in debt. I can say, okay, you know what? I know I want to use my tool. I'm gonna go over here and partner with real estate and mortgage brokers. Why? Because folks trying to buy a house got to get out of debt. They just got to get out of debt, right? Or I can say, you know what, I'm gonna go and partner with some other chambers because a lot of the people that's in there, they want to get a loan for their business and they got to get out of debt, right? All right, so that makes sense. And then on the field side, I'm around women all day long that's 50 plus. That's who I'm around. That's my little group of folks. That's my group of friends. The youngest person in my friend circle is my daughter. And she's not ready for a fixed index annuity yet because we don't advise them for people in her age bracket. However, at some point she will be, and she can get on there and learn. We don't say, hey, you can't learn through the knowledge base, but I wouldn't recommend putting you in a fixed index annuity because of your age. I'll probably put you in some other product, right? But that's the thing. I may not. They may go there and say, I really want to learn about annuities. Can they get in an annuity? Yes, they can. We don't. I don't do them. Like you got to be 50 plus for me to help you. There are other companies out there that starting about 18. I just happen not to be one, right? And then you got to, people don't know, people still don't trust AI. So you got to kind of build a trust factor. You may want to demonstrate because they still don't trust it. They're going to trust it pretty soon. What I will say is don't stop. Once you create your tool, don't stop. Don't let the naysayers, don't let the people who feeling bad, people don't trust, don't let it stop you. Because in a minute, think about this. When internet first came out, we used to sit in front of our TV and we heard AOL going, remember that? Right? You sitting there and it takes forever because we were on a dial-up system. Now, internet is like the speed of light. It moves at the speed of light. Back then, you would just sit there and wait till they go. It made all these crazy noises. Remember that? Now we can't do without it, and it's on our phone. It's everywhere we go. Who would have thought that you can get to the internet from your phone? Sometimes I can get to the internet on my phone quicker than I can get to the internet on my computer. Think about that for a second. So, yes, people are going to be afraid of it. And yes, they got to get to the point where they trust it. But here's the thing, if you're already putting it out there and you're talking to people, you're helping people, they're going to remember you. And they're going to say, okay, I know who I need to go to because such and such created this little robot thing that's on my phone that helped me do such and such. I didn't need it back then, but I need it now. So yes, you gotta build user trust. It has to be built. But that's in anything because relationship is what makes businesses grow. I feel like I said a whole lot. Listen, there's an entire blueprint on goodmorninggwinnett.com's website. Go on over to the website, take a look at it, take some notes, and then check out PickAxe. I'm gonna put a link in the show notes. Check out PickAxe and learn how. And here's the other thing: if you don't understand PickAxe, go to YouTube. Mike has I call him Mike because we talk on the telephone. We talk on not telephone. We talk on Zoom all the time because I always got a question about something. But go over there. Mike has videos on YouTube, and you can learn about how to use PickAxe. When I tell you, it's one of the simplest platforms I've ever seen. to do this, and you can monetize it at the same time. That's why I talk about it all the time, because I try other platforms and it's kind of hard to monetize. Not their platform. It's not hard to monetize. So that's why I always talk about them, because I feel like this is an opportunity right now today for anybody to start something and make money. Anybody. I don't care what it is. You may want to have a built-in, you may want to have put your podcast inside of a paid page, inside of a pickaxe over on pickaxe, right? Something that you do inside of it and charge for it. It's the simplest thing I've seen, and it's a tech tool. You can go look at Debt Crusher Pro and look at all of the things I have built into Debt Crusher Pro. Then you'll see why I'm charging money, because it's a great tool. And I'm not saying it because I created it, but I'm saying it because it really is a great tool to help people. Like, it really can help you get out of debt, make some extra money. If you don't have any ideas about what that looks like, go into the side hustle library and figure out some side hustles. And then once you do that and start making some money, go in there and learn about investing. So when you talk to a financial advisor, you'll know what to do. And even if you don't, you say, you know what, I'm going to do it through Robinhood. You may want to do it through Robinhood. Now you at least know, okay, so when I went through the library, it said this, this, and this. And then you can go back and look again and ask another question. You know what I mean? So these tools are helping people. They are helping people create the lives that they love, and you could be a catalyst for that. And I know some people are definitely afraid of AI. Don't be, because it's not going anywhere. What you need to do is embrace it and figure out how to make it work for you, both on the business side and on the lifestyle side, because it's not going anywhere. I keep saying that because I need people to understand it's not going anywhere. It's going to be here. You're probably going to be gone long before it's gone. It's not going. Listen, the fear is that it may make us be gone. That's the fear, but it's not going anywhere. All right. Whew, that's all I got for y'all today. You could have been anywhere in the world. We spent the last 41 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you miss any episodes of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes. And also go on over there and check out the full blueprint. Look at the other blueprints that are there. I hope this helped you think about businesses you can start. I try to look at businesses that you can start for under $500. Why? Because realistically, $500 is a good starting place. Some people don't have $500. They may have $250. There's something on my website that I talk about that you can start even for under $250. All right. All right. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Business Blueprint on Good Morning Gwinnett. Thank you for tuning in and spending time with us. If you found value in today's show, consider supporting us for just $5.99 a month. Every contribution helps keep this content coming your way. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Good Morning Gwinnett for even more great content. And if you know someone who could use this information, share the show with at least 2 friends. Let's grow this community together. Until next time, stay inspired and keep building your blueprint for success.